And hello YouTube, this is Thomas Judge back once again, and I'm going to be talking about a video gaming coffee table book. Not this one, this is a comic. This is an oversized hardcover comic. I've kind of gone by the assumption that most people watching this channel are generally comic fans, but what I'm going to be talking about is the following coffee table book, which is this size. So this is here for size comparison purposes. In fact, that makes this slightly smaller than a normal trade paperback comic. So that's the oversized hardcover, and this is the book we're talking about today. This is a book I discovered recently. It's called Vita Means Life. It's by someone called Sandeep Rai. More importantly, Sandeep Rai is actually tooOldForGaming.com. He's also on Twitter as tooOldForGaming. And he's a dude who's really, really into PlayStation stuff. He's done this book, and he's done another one I'll talk about at the end, and this is the unofficial complete history of the PlayStation Vita. It was originally released in 3 paperback volumes that are all the same size as this as well, which are really hard to find. This is also really hard to find. I think he funded it on Kickstarter, and I picked it up on the aftermarket. The reason I'm doing this video is before I bought it, I wanted to see what it was like, what was inside it. And whilst there's 1 or 2 interviews on YouTube of people talking to Sandeep Rai and him talking about the book, there's only one video of someone showing the physical book, and it's some random one of some little old lady. I'm not dissing it, she is literally a little old lady, who's just holding up the book and kind of showing it and pointing at it and then pointing at her games collection. And I was kind of like, come on grandma, you can help me with this, you can just flick through it, you can give me an overhead view. But she didn't, so I bought it anyway on a punt. It turned up a few days ago. I haven't read it yet, but I just wanted to do an overview video so that anyone else who's in the same position as me will finally find something on the internet that can provide them a bit of information on it. So, with no further ado, what does it look like inside? For a start, it is thick. Like, this is my thumb. That is a thick book right there. It's a bit dinged up, but I did buy it secondhand. I don't really do Kickstarter because it's yet another fucking thing to have a membership for. So this is how it's designed. Sandeep, I think, did the design for it as well. I really like the effort that's gone into this, frankly. So here we have it. It's just like a history of before Sony. There's loads of like text, obviously. I haven't read it. I don't know how well written it is, but it looks like in terms of text on the page, these aren't just like random pictures. These are like interesting. Ooh, nice overview of the various Vitas. I do have a Vita, and I have a Vita in mint condition. I got it brand new. I've got a case for it. I use it. I play it. I really enjoy it. That said, I'm now getting into video game emulation. There will be a series in the new year, January, February time, on my channel about my journey in emulation over the last 12 months. And one of the things I did right at the start is I hacked a Vita. So I bought someone else's Vita. It was a bit dinged up, and I hacked it, and I used it for various emulation games before I gifted it to a friend. In terms of this though, I do have my Vita. I really enjoy it. It's just an amazing portable console, so ahead of its time. This book looks good, I have to say. It seems really thorough. I was expecting it to devolve into nothing but screenshots, but goddamn, this is a real labour of love. Comments about hacking came up multiple times. Yeah, tell me about it. So I actually have hacked a Vita. I'm actually going to get another second Vita, so this will be the third Vita I purchase, because I now want to hack it and use it to install some homebrew and stuff. Again, this is part of my emulation video gaming journey. Let me know if you're interested in having a series about my emulation journey. I was thinking of dropping like a series in, say, February time, essentially chronicling how I got into emulation, the best way to get into it, the best way to learn all the complexities of it, and what I found and so on. Essentially because there's not really a guide like that, and emulation, at least when you go online, seems like quite an inaccessible thing. It's much more accessible than it used to be, but it still is quite inaccessible. And there's loads of things that I learnt that I had to find out the hard way because no guides anywhere on the internet seem to cover them. So I was wondering if I should do a series like that. Let me know what you think, if you'd be interested in that. Anyway, loads of interviews here. Loads of interviews with various people. So this is with like, here we are, game designers and design studios. Wow, there is way more text in this than I ever expected. And loads of these are just... Did this guy go and actually interview these people firsthand, or are these lifted from, like, magazines and stuff? That is really impressive. Oh, and then we're looking at game reviews. Oh, goddamn. He's got game reviews for everything in here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is impressive. This is very impressive. As someone who hasn't played as much of my Vita as I should, I will definitely use this as a reference to continue building up my Vita library. Vita game emulation, by the way, is really difficult to do. I haven't mastered it yet. Again, I'll talk about that in my series. Even on a Steam Deck is very tricky. So yeah, I'm like, definitely going to keep my Vita and keep on playing on it. Resistance Burning Skies. I've got the game. I just haven't played it yet, and I'm a huge Resistance fan. Apparently, this sucks, but that's not going to stop you from playing it. Yeah. Oh, this is really, really interesting. Dragon's Crown, hell of a good game. Um, oh wow, this is really detailed. This is really detailed. This is really interesting. Ah, totally worth it. It's like £20 or £30 if you buy it on the aftermarket. I don't know how much it was on the Kickstarter. Binding's a little bit tight. I'm going to be honest. Binding's a little bit tight, but there we are. Otherwise, the quality of this is great. Listen to this. Yeah, creaky. That is a tight spine. Maybe I'm gonna bought this second hand. Maybe the first person hadn't actually played it ever. God damn, who knew? This is just really interesting. Oh, aha! There we have an index at the back. Okay, this is helpful. This is really helpful. This is good. And then an index of the hardware and a timeline. Wow. Fuck me. This is good. This is better than I expected. Sandeep Rai, well played, sir. Well played. Nicely done. Okay, Vita Means Life. Sandeep has done a subsequent book, which is one for the PS3 called It Only Did Everything. I haven't picked that up mainly because, again, who the hell does Kickstarter? And I'm trying to find it on the aftermarket. And it's not on Amazon or eBay or anything like that. So I'm going to keep on digging, trying to find that. But this was interesting. To be honest, the fact it's a smaller form factor, I don't mind. I'm going travelling next week for a little bit, and it'll be useful just stuck in my rucksack, and it won't actually be that big, and I can just read through it, which would be nice. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's the same size as my tablet in a case. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take this on the train. Okay, all good. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Have you read this? Have you ever heard of it? Have you picked up the sequel for the PS3? It Only Did Everything. Have you seen any of Sandeep's other stuff? Apparently, he does a whole bunch of things like other manuals and books and bits and pieces. So yeah, let me know if this was helpful and useful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Stay classy.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, please follow me on Twitter at I am Thomas Judge, where I will post a daily review of whatever comics I've been reading. You can get an idea of what I'm up to on the channel. And as always, please support the channel by heading over to Amazon.com and checking out my prose novel about superheroes. It's a completely original piece of work. The first episode in it is called Arrivals, and the series as a whole is called No Gods or Kings. You can find an excerpt of that on my website, nogodsorkings.com. Until next time, everybody, stay classy.